Welcome back to the old world of Oz once again. It's one of your hosts, ASB. I'm once again joined by Gomo and Starkey. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good, man.
Good, mate. Good.
Yeah, loving the. We finally got our episode 2, so it's been good. It's been busy.
It's that time of year, right? I think we've all got families, we've all got Christmas, like everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, flat out. Kids, yeah. Parties.
It's a bit weird. You guys were like putting kids to bed, and I'm sitting there going, my kids are they're a bit older. They are here, but yeah, probably yelling at them, stop playing with the dog. But yeah, anyway, it's all good. Yeah.
So we've got some pretty exciting stuff to talk about tonight, guys. We are here. We have some of you have voted. So thank you for those that have voted. On our first episode, we talked about establishing the Masters rankings. Obviously, Gomo has done some incredible work. He's been trailblazing and sort of, really gone out on his in a shining star onto himself in the world now. He's been on other channels cheating on us, but that's okay.
Yeah, Once I hit something like that, I was like, "This is fun. I just got to keep doing my motivation stuff."
Just don't forget where you started.
Good on roll.
No, it's all good.
So we put it out there to the people, i.e. the community, which is what this whole driving force is for this to be run by the community for the community. And so the next phase of that has been to establish a voting system to decide what's going to happen with the initial season, subsequent seasons of the ranking / Masters, and of course the cutoff dates. And so we actually have now one thing I just want to highlight: if you're someone that didn't vote, just next time there is a vote, if you can get involved, because we can't, we're not going to please everyone, especially. And I mean, when I say we're just the vessel here. You guys have decided this, right? So if you don't vote, you can't really get upset if you didn't get the date that you wanted. We've only had, I think it was like 60 votes, but once we removed a couple of duplicates, I think it was 65, but there's a few duplicates. And so, I think just probably reflect on that. If it is important to you, make sure you vote next time. Like, I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of other votes to do with this stuff. And it could even be that after the first year, we put out another vote and go, hey guys, what do we all think of this? Are we still happy with these dates? All of those things. Yeah. So I think that's probably one thing I would say is just make sure if it's something you care about, this is your opportunity to have a voice. And there's plenty of that stuff that's going to be coming up. Without further ado, should we bring up the graphs?
Oh, I can do that. There we go.
So
Australia has decided with their 60-something votes out of 412 players in Australia registered in tournaments. Not too bad considering. You would think there's a chunk of people there that went to one tournament and aren't really that invested in the competitive side. So, pretty good considering we probably didn't smash it out everywhere in marketing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I think we allowed for 4 weeks nearly for voting.
Yeah, it's probably dragged on longer, so they probably have had a bit. Yeah, there's been dribbling in.
That's about 6.
Yeah. So if we look at this, guys, basically what's been decided by you, the community, the people, is that we'll have an extended first season. And so what that will mean is that all results that have been entered that from the very beginning of the game in January 2024. I don't know if there was a tournament in Australia in January 2024. I think it's more like February 2024. Will be and that will then carry through. Again, we've quite close in terms of the winner. So we're actually going to be running off a financial year. I personally didn't vote for this, but again, this is not about me. This is about the people. So we're going to be running off a financial year. I think we were just talking off air once we looked at these results. I think we are probably going to have to look at a first weekend of September as the weekend to run it, and the reason being, and why this is probably the one that I would have voted for the least if I had to, go a 1 to 4 sort of vote, is because we need to make sure this doesn't conflict with Castle Assault, which is traditionally the second weekend of August, but we also need to make sure it doesn't conflict with Moab, which is usually the first weekend of October. So I think splitting in the middle and probably the first weekend of September makes sense. because we also don't want to take away from those institutions that they are. So I think that's, but again, this is going to be up for vote as to when we do it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And where.
Yeah, and where, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the where the first is going to be.
That out.
Yeah. The biggest donator to the channel can can host it. Does that work? No.
Yeah, I think I heard one suggestion, which was the whichever state has the most players that qualify for the first year should get. This wasn't my.
Yeah, that was me.
That was you.
Oh, was it?
Okay.
Okay.
So it helps the most people spend less money to get there. I guess that was my thinking. Yeah.
I think as long as I mean, again, this is up to a vote. It's not up to my decision, but I think that works for the first year, maybe. But then I think it needs to be a rotation, personally. Because I think,
because you're not going to get.
You can't do it.
Assuming the states that don't get as much representation are never going to have that many, and then if they don't ever have a home state, then suddenly you risk.
Yeah, and I also think that for those, especially in places like, I can talk about SA here, and probably Western Australia, Tasmania, the states that don't have as bigger events and that don't have as many players that are high up in the rankings. If you've got the Masters, say in Adelaide, and you get 20 guys that come out to watch, and they go, "Oh, this is cool. Okay, this is I picked that up. Okay, I'm gonna now hone my craft." They go and bring their mates in, but they got, do you know, and you get people from other systems, and then all of a sudden it's, if anything, it's a bit like, how the AFL and the NRL try and compete in the states that aren't, don't have as higher.
They put Origin in Melbourne or Perth, and stuff like
that. Adelaide, all that. Yeah. Just like that, they're so big on driving AFL in Sydney with the Swans, giving them, 20% extra salary cap and all that kind of stuff, and basically handing them premierships they just don't seem to be able to win. It's so I think it's only going to do good. So what basically, guys, the end result is we're going to be looking at an extended first season. So your top 3 results will count from February 2024 up until my birthday, the 30th of June.
So there you
go.
Remember that now.
Yep. So if you're not happy with where your ranking is, guys, you know what you need to do. You need to get to some events. But that's anything you guys would add to that?
No, it's good. Good. I mean, all I said is, hopefully it was an okay, representation. But as I said, it's the first time we're doing this. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to lead the way. That's what we're doing. So, I don't think it's, I don't think anyone's going to be too upset as long as it's happening. We've had such good feedback, not just from obviously here, but around the world.
Yeah, that's it.
People doing something, and getting this sort of stuff sorted. So, big thank you to you guys, obviously, for kicking it off. So.
You've done exemplary.
I think everyone will be happy. And I think the extended thing works well because it would have been pretty short. When I saw that July 1st, I was like, there's not many events. Like, you're going to be squishing some events in that. Like, we were chatting about this on Old World Fanatics. Like, we need to get another Battle in the Vines sort of date. That used to be in that March, April time frame. It sort of need another one in there. So, might have to pull our finger out. Maybe Old World Fanatics can run it. So, I think when you think about it, right, because it was basically from February and with the June finish, we effectively have for the first season, it is, what's that? My maths has failed me here. Yeah.
6 it's 15 months. No, 17 months.
Oh, you mean for this one. Yeah.
So it's a year and 5. So 17 months. Yeah. It's not even 18 months. Not even a year and a half. Some people are sitting there going, "Oh, well, you get people that get results that count from way back when." It's just that's just kind of the way. Because I think once you start backtracking it as well, and you go, "Okay, well, if we say it's from the first start of November, then you're like, okay, well, you'd be pretty upset if you, September. You get someone that won Moab and they go, well, my Moab's not counted now at all. So I think I think this is a good
this
outcome.
Works best.
So too. It's just covers everything, that's the whole ranking thing.
Popping out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like you got, with the 3 games, like you said, I think it used to be 4. You guys were saying
it was 5 at one point.
5, and maybe you need that with very high, like heaps of popular. Like if it was a very popular tournament scene, but with us and the size in the first year, I think it's good. You've got a chance, even if you're sort of starting from 0 still.
Well, that's what I mean. So I think just for people, you haven't been playing any tournaments, if you're going to CanCon, and you're going to say another 2-dayer in your local area and a 1-dayer, you can actually very easily still qualify.
Still make it, easy.
Yeah, very, very easily still qualify. There's not many players that are, and we'll actually might be a good segue. Let's have a look at the movers and shakers.
Hang on, I'll bring that up. That's where we're sitting at the moment.
Can't believe I've dropped a spot.
Yeah, Ben's been going good with the Warriors, that's for sure. Yeah. Actually,
you haven't been coming out of this. That's the
last one. He's changed his list up, which is good. So, yeah, but like your point though, like 178 is the 20th spot. So do you know what I mean? Like it's
yep,
it's doable.
It's very, very gettable.
Not everyone's sitting in the 250 plus range or anything like that, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I think there's probably a few people there that will be tough to catch. But yeah, I think that overall, like at least the bottom 10, if not even maybe the bottom 15, I think all of those spots are up for grabs still. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's pretty cool.
Is it worth just ASP just explain, Starkey explain the ranking again, just quickly, just for people who just ran into this, because it's probably worth it. Because those numbers might go, whoa, what's that mean? Yeah.
Might throw this on to Starkey, I reckon.
Oh yeah. Not quite. Oh well, the way I was trying to explain it earlier on when we started the whole thing, because I basically just took it from ninth age. So to get the full 100, you need to have at least 30 players and 5 games.
Yep. That
will drop down to 80% if you've only got
3 rounds.
3 rounds. So if it's 3 rounds, it goes down to 80%. It goes up 1% per player that you add. So, where am I getting? Yeah, so.
Yeah, you don't have to go off my screen. You can just say how you explain it. That's fine too.
Yeah. So if 80% if you've got 3 games, and then you need at least 10 players. So for each player you add on, it'll add on another percentage. So say you got 3 games with only 10 players, it's going to be 80 points,
for first
isn't
place.
it? Yes.
For first place, and then it scales down, obviously. Yeah.
Whereas, and then you can also do 4 rounds. Not many people do that.
Yeah. There is a couple that have popped in, but I think the orange one was. I think that one in orange that just finished was a 2-dayer 4-game one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's confusing to explain with voice rather than just using text.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day,
many times with text.
They're worth 80 to 100 points, and we're doing your best 3, so ranking, you're aiming for the 300's like bowling. Think of it like bowling, even though it's technically not, but it's, perfect.
Yeah,
score is 300.
Three,
at least the way we're doing it at the moment.
Going for the turkey, we'll call
it. Yeah. Even if you don't have many players and you're still playing 5 games like a GT, you can still get a fair few points. So,
I couldn't go to CanCon because I haven't actually played a competitive game since Castle Assault. Two trips to Adelaide happened to be on the 2, a 1-dayer and a 2-dayer weekend. They just same day they fell in Brisbane, so I couldn't go to either. But I'm because I couldn't go to CanCon because it's 3 days. It coincides with my daughter's first birthday. I managed to sneak down to Adelaide to play an Uprising instead, which is a 2-dayer, and catch up with all the old guard down there. So I'm excited for that. I'm sneaking back the night before my daughter's birthday. So, but yeah, that's got over 10 players and it's 5 games. So I'm hoping.
Well, I mean, I think they had 24 spots. So I don't know if they'll keep filling it up, but I guess it'll see because obviously it's clashing with
as long as you got the 10, you'll be right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there's 10 right now.
I'm first.
I might have to I'm gonna have to tweak the list now that the Arcane Journal for Empire has been leaked.
Yeah. What's CanCon? I don't have
CanCon you
rules.
can't.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, so
Mine you
CanCon,
can.
yeah, and
listed due the day before. The book comes out the day before listed due. So
I thought it was the day
Awesome.
of.
lucky
but
with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Uprising is Uprising is I think listed due maybe 2 days after or something like that. So yeah. Whereas CanCon has a cutoff of the 5th, and therefore
Won't make it.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
that's good, man. Yeah, that'll be good to get the Empire out. I mean, what do you want to do? Do you want to chat about a little bit of hobby before we go into other stuff, or you want to cover this stuff, or what do you want to talk about? Do you want to go? Did any lists lately pique your interests? I don't know if you've seen that with the new features in here.
I can talk about any of these
lists.
things.
So,
I haven't had a huge amount of opportunity to go through any of the lists, if I'm honest. My hobby time has really been dedicated to trying to get my army painted for the upcoming season. I don't want to go. I want to be playing with a fully painted army. Otherwise,
totally.
because I feel bad for my opponents. So I just don't want to be that guy. I mean, I could easily go and get base adapters and just play with my Bretts or my vampires, but I want to play vampire. So everything's just been dedicated to. I mean, I'm still trying to get a game. I probably averaged a game every 3 weeks since Castle Assault, and maybe sometimes weekly, fortnightly, but probably averages out to probably played about 7 or 8 games, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Get that paint on. Everyone's putting painting points in now, which is nice
Correct.
to see.
Correct, mate.
Yeah.
I've got 4 days before I go away, and then I've got 4 days when I get back that I'm still on holidays. And so yes, I've got a little bit of painting to do.
I mean, I wanted to put painting points in like 6 months ago, but you held me back, Angus.
Yeah, I think, and again, this might even be something that could go to a vote, to be honest, with the community. Like, I mean, my take on it, to be honest, if I was running an event, probably even for the first couple of months of next year, I probably still wouldn't put them in. And the reason being is it's a brand new game. People are either having to rebase old armies or they're painting brand new armies. And not everyone wants to paint with speed paints or they want to paint to a decent standard. And so I think that's kind of been my stance on it. I'm all, as you know, other people know, I'm all for having painting points in tournaments. I think it's important, but I think once you've got a game that's established and people have had a couple of years,
people can't even get, like, if you want to play High Elves and you can't get hold of them and they're not out yet, and then suddenly they come out, like that's friggin' it's hard.
Until all the journals are released and people have had time to paint their armies, I think it's a little bit harsh to have painting points. That's just my view. I'm obviously, to be honest, I probably wouldn't have, having looked at CanCon's pack, I don't know if being my army, there's no way I was going to get 2,400 points, even if I could go. I don't know if I would have gone because it's a big penalty for CanCon. I think it's 20 points. But again, I also understand it, so I can see it's
I mean, I like the variety too. Like, as long as the whole scene doesn't go one way and it makes people not go, I'm cool with the odd tournament going, this is a hobby one. Cool. Well, go and watch and be inspired, or go and just get bad points. Like, obviously don't compete, like, if you're going to lose points or whatever, but that's fine.
Yeah, everyone's having their own stab at scenarios and stuff too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different stuff going around.
Yeah, I think that's good. My only wish is that I swear, please God, and please don't take this the wrong way, Rob and Val, if you're watching this, but can we please never in Australia ever use symmetrical map packs?
These rants on our other podcast
with no terrain. I really appreciate everything that Rob and Val do for the scene, but I think those things are one of the worst things ever to have been put forward. To
be honest, it's not even the symmetrical overly with me either. It's just there's just nothing, and it's partly the Warhammer Old World rulebook too. Like, there's 6 pieces of terrain, like 6. Like, there's nothing on the board. No wonder you can put like massive blocks of skeletons around and stuff, because there's nothing on the board.
That's why I think I feel like a lot of the lists that you see in these in the UK meta, they won't work here because we play traditional old school fantasy tables where you've got you'll have impassable terrain in the center of the board that that cuts it off. And I'm not saying I want that on every single table. I like variety. I think Kendall is probably the best example of tables that I've seen where I've played on tables at Castle Assault that have got 3 pieces of terrain, and then I've played where there was 12.
Couldn't get through though. Yeah, it's like, oh shit. yeah.
But I want a table personally, myself. I want a table that actually makes the most important thing is I think the role for table size should matter.
Yeah.
And and I'm okay with being at a massive disadvantage because I then sit there going, okay, this is a challenge now. I've been challenged. How am I going to overcome this? And I have to problem solve. If you're not doing that, I personally I'm not.
Why roll dice? Yeah, play chess.
Yeah.
So this is my side, that's your side.
Yeah.
But that's
I always do that. When I play terrain, you've got to make it a bit of a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, your tables are good as well, mate. I guess Kendall's is just at scale. 25, 30 tables that are whereas I think yours you got a smaller sample size. Your terrain's beautiful though.
Yeah, I love making a different themed table all around. Yeah,
it's good. That'd be awesome. Yeah, no, I agree. Hopefully we don't, but we'll see. I do like having those packs for and I was thinking integrate this in here a little bit where you've got
resources.
How you were I think you were talking about how to use the army builders. I know the tournament platform, how to do new recruit, how to do whatever.
Yes.
And then I was also thinking, start a tournament, and then you'd have links to some of those, and you could have the square-based format cards if people just want to go, look, I don't want to think, or it's not even I don't want to think. It's like if I'm going to run a tournament even with 8 mates, what do I need? Oh, I need 8 heals. It sort of tells you what you need, so it's a little bit easier.
I also I was going to say, I want to preface, I'm not a fan of player-placed terrain. I just want to make that very clear that I'm not. I'm not saying that I agree with player-placed terrain. I like TO-placed terrain, not this map that is symmetrical 100%. Placed terrain. I just want to add that.
I think for some reason we're all on the same page. I don't even know why, but I guess we're productive.
It's just time wasting too.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I was actually shocked when I saw that start popping up. It was never in 8th at least. It must have snuck in through 9th age, and then AOS and 40k did it and all that. Yeah. And then when I came back into the scene, I was like, the hell? What is this?
9th ages aren't symmetrical though.
Oh, they're not? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
No, 9th ages aren't symmetrical. To be honest, I a 9th age made it do you know the actual thing that I do find kind of annoying with the way that you have to sit there and measure out where all the terrain goes.
Yeah, I stopped doing that about 5 years in. I just started placing them roundabouts. Yeah. It's annoying. Yeah.
So we've had some recent events.
Yeah. So right now on Old World ranks, if people hadn't seen all the new updates, I have split up the tournaments to make it a little bit easier to look at latest results, which is basically showing you this week's and last week's sort of, you know what I mean? If you just want to go, what's happened? Because a few people hit me up. It's so funny. That going, I'm going to CanCon, haven't played for a while. What do I need to, can I see lists, of things, just sort of to see what might be out there. And that's when I thought, it'd be cool just to go have a spot where if you just keep going back to this page, it's going to have mostly the most recent ones. And then you've got the little list button, so you can bring that up and have a look at them. But then if you just want to look at upcoming, you've got everything from now up till it's technically not even this it'll keep going. I'll do it so it doesn't matter what season, and then maybe down the track maybe we can show the season dates if this tournament's counting for the season or not. But they just start cropping up as we import more of the tournaments that are coming up, so you can check it out. And you can obviously filter down to your state and GT and RTT levels and stuff to try find out which ones you want to go to, I guess.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. Very, very, very cool.
And then you got the finish ones, the full list. Yeah, if you want to go all the way back, but that's a bit, just sort of a table. It's a bit boring at the moment.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I think Just
And
keep
for
on
the
adding more things.
Aussies,
I love
yeah,
how
I know.
you just yeah.
Yeah, for the Aussies, like
Because it shows
especially
you
the
the podium.
TOs, I'd like to say, can you get like I know you put the list in. Oh, new recruits fine because we pull them out of there. BCP technically, I don't. Well, I don't. I don't pull them out of BCP automatically because they're blocked behind a. Like I've got access to it because I've got an account, but I don't want to automatically pull it out because technically that's going behind someone's paid thing. So I've been going to the TOs and getting the lists. But what I did put in to make it easier, because technically anyone can do this, is if you go to a tournament that's happened. So for example, Axemaster might be a good example. I know it's not because I've already added them all. If the game has a yellow button next to it, it means submit a list. So anyone can do this. Like anyone can come in here, submit a
I have
list, add a
noticed that.
comment, and then we'll get note. You guys have probably been getting emails occasionally about it.
Yeah.
Which is basically
Yeah.
approve this list, and when you approve it, it turns into a black one. So just in case someone's sending us crap that's not actually for the right one, but just another way for the public, like for the community, to help us get all the lists or as many as we can. Because I don't know, I feel like the more lists we get in there, we can really start doing some cool meta reports as well about what people are taking or not and what matchups. Because I will be bringing in individual matchups soon. I probably over the holidays do a bit more work on that because right now I'm not doing sort of down to the individual. But I want to add that, particularly as now that we've decided on the season. We'll have to probably pay some beers to some of the TOs who aren't using any of the tournament software and make sure they're using it so we can actually pull the proper matchups. Because
Like
if
Kendall.
it's just done, if it's just done on Excel or whatever, I can't get it. Well, I can get them off them, but if you don't get them straight away, you've sort of, they disappear into the ether. So,
yeah, I know that because I know Castle Assault we haven't got like the wins and losses or anything on there.
Yeah. So
I don't think that'll happen anymore once people have discovered the apps and stuff.
Kendall will continue using Excel.
You reckon he will?
No, he uses it's a different one. It's what's it called? It's like just a.
Does he use Tawny Keeper?
No, because that's online. It's a non-online one. I can't remember what it's called because I've used it before too. When I ran an event there, I used the same one.
It's called Excel.
No, it's not though. It's an actual app.
Oh, isn't that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an app, but it's like an old Windows app thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hopefully, before the end of this season, we'll be able to do it in here, but we'll see how it goes.
I think we'll. We've also talked, guys, that we're probably going to start doing this live stream as well.
Oh, for this? Yeah. The next one of this we'll just do live stream. So if you're, especially because this is mostly targeting Australia, like good time to get out your paints and send us questions and chat and stuff like that. So it'd be good.
Yeah, I think we might try and come up with a bit more of a structure around like the things we talk about. Maybe we go through who the top 10 players are, all that kind of stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, changes in what people are bringing and stuff. It'd be cool to look at.
Why don't we
Especially
do
as
that
the
right
AJs jump in, like
go through the top 10.
Yeah, we can have a quick look. Because I think it'd be interesting, like when Empire come out, the first few results coming through, like what did that do with Empire? Did it go up? Did it go down? Yeah, like what are they taking? That'd be cool.
Unfortunately, as much as I would love to say that the armies of infamy are going to change the Empire meta, they're just not. I think there's a couple of things in there, but we'll talk about that more on our when I join for the journal review once we have it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, well, these are our top players at the moment. Ben's been moving up the ranks because I think he knocked you out a bit, but obviously Patty's still sitting firmly up the top there. With some of her results still, which
she can't get too much better. Just not much really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if she gets on the podium at Castle Assault. At CanCon. I think she will potentially she'll add to her score because I think she's got 2 in the 90s. So I think she can add another. Yeah, she can add either a perfect 100 or the 90s, depending on how she goes at at CanCon.
You're pretty much safe at 270 though. It's more.
No, mate. She's. I'll be surprised if anyone even gets overtakes her. To be honest.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it'd be pretty hard.
I reckon once you get to like 220, you're probably safe, really.
I think it depends on the people like actor, like who came in, played one game, 100.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, I don't know where he's probably down here at 100 somewhere, but that was funny.
I really want to encourage people to sign up and like fill in their player bios and stuff, because I
Yeah,
click
that's
on
true.
them and they're not
Yeah.
really filled out, many of them.
No, you're right.
That's an easy way someone can learn about different players.
Yeah, 100%. And I think you're right. Like, well, I'll end up putting more into incentivize that. Plus, like, I just want to be able to put like, your social links, plus even pictures of your army and just stuff like that. And then obviously
Yeah.
being able to follow other players and stuff, or even just like be notified of, a new tournament in your state, just stuff like that. And that'll make more people sign up to it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen how many like Gunny is from Adelaide?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Dark Elves, isn't he?
He's got 5 firsts.
Yeah, just smashing them. Yeah, bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang. Yeah.
He's only lost, so he's lost 5 games in total out of how many?
Are they all 3 days? Threes?
Yeah, they're all
so
3 gamers.
Is there 8 or 9? 8. Yeah, 24.
So that's 24. He's lost 5 games.
I got bored of the Dark Elves kind of Beastman.
I'll just go give Beastman a go, and then bang, still gets it.
Still does it. So where's Ben from?
Canberra boy.
He's a Canberra.
This Ben?
All right, then we got
Yeah.
Ben number 2, and then Angus, and then Goulding is Sydney.
Yeah, because he played. He was down at Axemaster this week. James, no, what's his name? Can't remember. But yeah, I think he's Sydney. Well, actually, maybe he's not. Maybe he came up from Moab. Maybe he's Melbourne, because he played Gathering Darkness. Yeah. But he plays a fair bit online. I've seen like Tegamander as his thing. He's on Warhol, I think. He's played in the square-based online tournaments a bit.
I just can't bring myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've always been like that.
Yeah.
And Ben Leaper, where's he? Because I recognise the
I
name.
don't know, Ben.
Okay, I just recognise the name. We've got an unknown tournament there. I'm going to have to chase that one up.
Grudges, Nation Calls, New Beards.
Yeah, this is one of these ones that's come through from you recruit. Oh, no, BCP unknown.
He's from WA.
Okay, I'll have to check that.
Okay.
Australia. So that's good.
They,
that's good to see. Like there's 5 people from 5 different states in the top 5. That's good.
Yeah, that'd be. I was thinking of like, what's the best way to probably show that a bit more, like where the player's from, like because so I might have to play around with that so you can see
some good representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an example too. If you're a TO, like I don't know, unlock the tournament or finish it. I think BCP has things that when it's fully hasn't been closed off, it just stops me reading the results. So that's why they've come through as unknowns, because it's and it's pretty old now. What is it? When was this? October. I could probably chase it up, but something's a bit weird with that one. And then we got, I don't know. These guys. I mean, Jason Mulligan. Yeah, he's been winning with Chaos Dwarves heaps, hasn't he?
He's Vampire. Jason Robinson.
Oh, sorry, Jason Robinson. Yeah,
Vampire counts. Where's he from? CWA as well?
Yeah, also WA as well.
Yeah.
Grudges ones are
Far
over
out.
there, yeah.
Get your flights to Perth ready, guys.
Yeah.
It better not be
all the old world, old grudges. See, they're all WA, aren't they?
If we have to fly on a weekend during September, when either Fremantle or West Coast are playing a Victorian side, it is going to cost us an arm and a leg to fly to Perth if Masters was held in Perth. People are going to want to change those dates very, very quickly. We're talking it could be a $2,000 flight per person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Matthew Kelly, he's in 8th here.
He looks like
do you know him?
WA as well?
Well, he's played in this one.
Yeah.
That is
the
Odyssey.
Book of
WA.
WA.
They're all WA. They had a pretty healthy tournament scene. They've had a fair few games.
Yeah,
So I think that's
Interesting.
helped them. Creaky Creaky Gamers, the YouTuber,
Yeah.
Sydney.
Sydney.
But I love this. Like hasn't podiumed, but very
No, it's just gone
consistent.
to all
Just
the
bang, bang, bang.
30 plus player tournaments.
Yeah.
So he's only been
Just looking
top
at that.
10.
No.
I'd say he's got some achievements. We haven't gone through. That's the thing, trying to chase them up as well to be able to put in like the paintings and stuff because he's obviously, got pretty good army. The other thing I'd like
Yeah,
to
I've
do
just
with people
done
like
the
Keith and
Queensland
stuff.
ones.
I do, yeah.
Man.
Showcase his YouTube channel and stuff. I think.
See,
it'd be cool to be able to
do
see.
you know what's upsetting is I can't get my my current undefeated badge because I have not lost a tournament game.
So that's one you want.
Because
Okay.
well, no, because Kendall didn't give us the actual results. We haven't got that I was four wins, 1 draw for Castle Assault, so it doesn't show.
Damn. Right.
Because I have my undefeated.
Chase it up. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Just go to his house, mate. Go and knock on his door.
Yeah. I'll chat to him. Then Mark, he's Sydney, isn't he? Wood Elves, mainly. Oh, no, Elves. Yep. He's doing well. He's doing well. I thought he would have podiumed at one point, but okay, didn't. Just came fourth.
Just 2 good results.
Yeah,
Still up there.
I think that's also the thing for people that are watching. If you go to the bigger events, you don't actually have to podium to get in to get good ranking scores.
Yeah.
Being consistent, and that's why I think you need to just remember that sometimes when you're in those later games, rather than just going for broke, sometimes you go, okay, well, I can't win the tournament from here, but what score can I get? And that could even be when you're in the final round or the final 2 rounds. You're like, I know I can't win from here, but can I get to a decent score, a small win, which gets me to 5th instead of throwing a big Hail Mary to try and get a podium and you come 15th.
Yeah, gotcha. Yep.
And then so Goody is from Adelaide.
Yep.
David is from Canberra.
Yep.
All right.
He's done it with a bunch of different armies too, by the look of it. I think there's actually pretty sure there might be a bug here where, because I noticed it on Paddy's that it's showing the factions that they've played, but I don't think it's reflective of the score. Like the top, see how it's a 74.
Gotcha.
They're all Wood Elves, so that should just show Wood Elves. I think I might be showing. I don't know. I thought I was showing the right thing, but I wanted that just to show which ones are
who they're not, where they're
top
ranked.
3.
Yeah,
for those top 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and I noticed that just before we got on the call. I went, I might have to check that. Because Dave's another one that's he's obviously won a lot with Dwarves. I'm not sure if that is reflective that he's done all those scores with all 3 of those armies. I'd have to check that one. Might have, but
it'd be interesting to look at. I think right now the most ranked. So there's 4 Queenslanders that I can see in the top 20. But it looks like there's a couple. I think there's a similar number from New South Wales and similar number from Canberra. But it actually looks like there's 5 guys from WA.
Nice.
We're flying to Perth. I've never been.
Lee, here's another one.
Oh, is it? Yeah, there you go. I think there's 5 or 6 in the top 20 that are from Perth.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Then you got Andrew, the first of the Old World Fanatics. He's definitely going to do better than. Well, Josh will get up there now because he's going to CanCon, but I just don't do as enough. I need to do more tournaments to get up there and actually play well. But anyway, need to do that. And then, do you guys know?
Yeah, Dan Holland.
Daniel, yeah.
Yep, okay, yeah.
He was jumped in 2 weekends ago because he got a decent result, but he got his 3rd result, so that jumped him up there.
Yeah, that jumped him up. Yeah, cool. Yeah, and he did too. Yeah, that's good.
He's his brother is his brother Aaron is 17th as well.
Okay. Yeah, he jumped in there 2 weeks ago as well.
Cool. That's cool. Is there some brotherly? There he's done his profile. Makes Skaven great again. I like it. Cool.
He painted an entire Skaven army, and literally recently, Aaron's a bit like Starkey, where he can churn an army out to above tabletop standard in about a week.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't understand. Cool. I don't get it. I don't understand how. I mean, he'll sit there himself and say if you look this close, it's not. But they look on the table great. It looks even if you're looking from a foot away, it looks fantastic. And he just churns them out. Like he'll literally be like, "Oh yeah, I'm painting this Skaven army 300 models, and it'll be done in 2 weeks." I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Man, I've painted 2 nights in that time."
It's crazy. Josh is from South Australia, is he? By the look of it, there's a couple in there from. These are South Australian teams. Yeah.
There you go.
Then you said Aaron's from WA, I mean from Queensland.
It's good.
There's
a good
up
mix
that way as well. The Queenslander.
Good mix of. The interesting thing, I don't think there's a single Victorian.
Well, they've only just started having tournaments. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing.
Yeah.
There's another. There's
a bit behind.
WA. Yeah.
Yeah,
they are now. They're starting to get a few more, but yeah.
Well, you might see Nick Holland jump into the top 20. I'd say after CanCon.
Yeah, because
I'd be surprised if he doesn't finish top 5.
He played he came 3rd or 2nd, was it in Axmaster?
I think he came 3rd with Beastman.
Yeah. Oh, okay, it's only that one. Oh, I thought he played another one, but maybe he didn't.
Yeah, I thought he had as well, but maybe he didn't. But I mean, yeah, I think it would be a safe bet for him to be at least top 10, if not top 5 at CanCon. The other one that you know that will definitely jump up there because I know he's taking Brett's not from Victoria, but Jamie Payne will jump up there.
Oh yeah.
And someone else that's
he's playing, like he's back in playing a fair bit, is he? Yeah,
he's playing CanCon, I know that, but I think someone that might terrify a few people, including some of those names I just mentioned, is I saw that one Isaac Alexander showed some interest recently in a tournament. Right. I was like, well, may as well just give the Masters to him now, hey?
That's funny. He keeps popping up on my. I don't know why. Well, it would be because I'm connected to you guys, but I'm suggest a friend on Facebook. I don't know why, it just keeps popping up.
So he has held the last 5 consecutive 9th Age Masters for Australia.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He dabbled in a doubles. He came with Trav Cram to a doubles, but
he also played a singles. He played one singles as well. Yeah. I think I'm curious. I haven't spoken to Bobo. You know, Bobo is his nickname for those that know him. I'm curious how he finds the rule set. If it's like just going from playing 9th Age to playing something that's probably not as it's not as clear. I think that has turned a couple of those guys off. So I'm curious if he's in a similar boat and he would play this more for fun rather than in serious competitive nature. But I can also appreciate you've only got 10 guys left in Australia that actually play 9th Age. That's not a slight. That's genuine. There is only about 10, I think, that now play. So, you know, you're kind of going, do I want a really, really clear rule set that's got 10 people or a community of 500, potentially, you know, could be 1,000 by the end of this next calendar year. It's going to be interesting. It's exciting. It's exciting.
And then you're sitting right just outside it there, Starkey.
That's where I'll stay.
Yeah, I keep getting pushed out. I really wanted to take Heralds of Darkness, but it didn't do anything for my scores. Yeah.
Well, you are leading. I noticed that. I mean, I'll put a disclaimer there that the
I saw that
the armies of infamy are not all correctly mapped in all the games. Like, I have to still go through it. It's going to take a bit to make sure we get all that 100% accurate. But I think you're sitting at number 1, Herald of Darkness, there as the faction leader, Starkey. There you
go. Very good. I changed. I'm playing a different army next month too. I've been printing like a madman, printing up all my hobgoblins.
Mate, this is your problem.
Going for cast dwarves.
This is your problem. This is why. Is that you chop and change armies.
It's because I think I like the hobby part of it too much. So I just want a different project all the time. Yeah. That's what it is.
See, like I'll generally play the same army for at least a year, if not 2 years in a row, and I'll once I sort of find the right list, and then it's about playing that list consistently, tweaking it. I don't think I'll like the list. Well, actually, that's a lie. I will probably tweak it now that the Empire Arcane Journal's out.
But do you think it's fundamentally going to be very similar? Potentially, I guess. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to change much, to be honest. And even things that I've looked at that I'm like, I really like this. Like, I I don't know if I'll change much. There might be a couple of items, but again, then I'm like, okay, what do I lose? What do I take out of it? I know my list talked about on the dwellers, and they said it was trash. And they're not wrong. It's more about how I use it, to be honest. But that's probably just some advice to people that they are serious about the competitive side.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stick with it, eh?
Yeah, you generally speaking, you need, especially when you get to the difference. Think of it like muscle memory. It's think of it like sport. You don't get like Test cricket's on right now, right? You don't get players that go out there and change their. Apart from Steve Smith, he's probably a bad example. But you don't get cricketers that go out and change their technique drastically. They tweak their technique. And think of your list as a similar sort of ideal. Is once you don't get me wrong, if it's not winning, then you probably need and it's not consistent, then you probably need to change some things. But once you get and you start winning games consistently, that's when you just tweak little bits and pieces, and like that. That's probably the advice I'd give anyone that wants to actually compete and have a proper tilt at the Masters. It's all good if you don't care about that stuff, but if if it's something to do, just generally stick
the other
to
thing
it.
too is just looking at things like the faction leaders, because sometimes you might not hit the Masters, but you might be able to go, oh crap, might be able to try to take the podium or a runner up on particular.
Yeah, because you're going to make achievements for all those, aren't you, Gobbo?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. I'm going to use the same icons as Old World Builder, actually, so we'll end up with icons soon, so as well. So.
Yeah.
And we're looking for looking at some integrations with Old World Builder as well. So I've been talking to the developer and be able to send lists to Old World Builder and vice versa back to here. Heaps of good ideas. Actually thinking about even I might even build an app that is for tournaments. So taking that game view mode that New Recruit and Old World Builder have like both lists on there plus turn by turn. So then you can see turn 3, know what you're up to, what they're up to.
That'd be sweet.
Stuff like that.
Instead of the pen and paper.
just so you can sit there and go, right, okay, well, he's 100 points up on me right now, that sort of stuff, and have it easy to share. Like when I walk up to the table, I just want to be able to QR scan his list on his phone, and it's just straight on my game view, and then I can sit there and just toggle it like that, something like that. Anyway, so that's just an idea. Let me know if that is interesting. Hit me up, and maybe we can make it happen. So
yeah.
Are you going to make it? You're not going to go all the way down to running a tournament on the website, though, are you?
Yeah, probably will down the track.
You probably will.
It's not anytime soon yet, but I think so.
Yeah,
at some point. Yeah.
You might just use Old World Builder to import lists on it or something.
Exactly.
You're talking to him.
That's probably what I'll do first. Yeah, so that way, if a TO wants to make sure it's all there, they know where it's coming in. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can do that already on New Recruit, but if you use an Old World Builder, you sort of can't. So everyone's sharing the text files. So But the advantage of using the Old World Builder format is because it's the format that it's in. It's heaps easy to data analysis on it, what I mean? Really pull out what's in it and maybe turn that into better meta reports. So that's all fun stuff for next year. So we'll just keep plugging away at it. So it's all fun.
Taking your laptop to family dues.
Yeah, they're used to that. So probably haven't lately. I used to always have to do that because I run software companies, but haven't had to do that as much this year until this kicked off, and I was like, I might take it away on holidays again. So
it's funny. I'm a very, very big anti emails on phones. Personal emails, yes. I do not run my, and I'm a recruiter, right? For those who don't know, so I literally live by my phone and by email because that's how I do business. But I'm a very, very big anti emails on phones, to the point where I actually take my tablet if I need to in the car. Because I'm just I will not use my phone, because then I can't disconnect. I'll sit there all night looking at candidates' resumes, looking at job briefs. So my way of disconnecting. So it's funny you were saying that. I literally, I will take my laptop and I'll pull it out and I'll use that. My tablet, I've got a lap tab. yeah. So I'm the same, mate.
Well, I
I'm the same.
mean, like it's a good. I mean, that's a really healthy thing to do. I mean, the only thing I had to do, like obviously running startups, like if you're the only, you know, at the time when it was little, I was only like, this, you know, I remember going to the States for a holiday and was there for 9 days or whatever it was with the family, and it's like if the server goes down though, and it's bad management, but when you don't have a tiny team, there's no one else who can do it, so you sort of just have to be on just in case. But hopefully it doesn't, and nothing goes wrong usually. But
I reckon we probably haven't got too much more to go through this evening. I think, you know, we'll probably come back with a bit more structure. If anyone's got any suggestions, please, you know, maybe we can add a suggestions box maybe we change the master survey to a suggestions box now.
Well, yeah, we're going to do something with it. Yeah, that's right. So there's going to be some different things. Yeah. Even
like
links
Gomo
to
has to shave his head, for example, something like that. To, you know,
Yeah.
There now.
It's got to fit in. Almost there.
Yeah, almost.
Exactly. Holding on to nothing, but yeah. Nah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, look, once we know, I think next one, now that we've made these announcements too, and that feels like the Masters tournament season will be kicked off. Do you know what I mean? It's been a little bit like airy-fairy now, and I think once this goes out, kick into the new year, I think that even just these episodes will be, it'll be pretty interesting to be talking about who's moved around. And I will try to do that little up-down arrow that we talked about, you know, as well, like last month this person's gone up, stuff like that, so that'll help too. So
I actually hadn't looked at the rankings this week and didn't know that I'd been pushed down to 22nd this weekend. So
yeah, well, you'll start getting emails about some of that stuff as well, which people can unsubscribe from if they want, but I'll probably do that as well, just to keep people in the pulse. So I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully most people won't care about that if they get like I don't know if it's weekly, but a monthly report on, you know, the Masters rankings and how they are. And
I think that's actually, I reckon that's good.
That'd be cool.
And plus upcoming tournaments, and, you know, the only thing, what do you guys think? Is it worth with tournaments showing, you know, how many points are actually up for grabs? I thought that might be an interesting thing. But the problem is the player count I get
before
the tournament kicks off is not accurate. So it'd be hard.
Yeah. That one might be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway.
Oh, nice talking to you, boys.
Yeah. That was good.
Likewise.
Quick little chat there, and maybe next time we do a bit of hobby if anyone's done any. I know ASP keeps playing.
I can definitely fill you in with.
I sent you guys my
hobby.
I need to do more, man. I haven't done any. I've got 4 chariots that have been sitting here for 6 weeks, and I only just started putting paint on them last week.
Did I send you guys the finished wizard?
No, I don't think so. No, you didn't, because
the plain wizard.
Yeah, and you said you had to do some highlighting on him or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I haven't. I just went and checked. He's done. I finished him like a week and a half ago. Hold on, I'll send you. Yeah, I realized that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him, to be honest.
I want to put. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I really want to. I want to come in here and Ben Cray's list and see on the side, like some pictures of the army. I don't know. Like that's what I want to see. It's not just making a list. So I'd like to see.
Yeah, I want to see pictures too. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Give me the power, and I'll post some of mine.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, I'll
actually right. He's not finished. That's not the finished picture.
Get done.
Sorry, that's the wrong photo.
Because the other, for all the 3D printing businesses out there, cough, cough, sponsorship. What I probably want to do is, I know it's pretty gay, but you come in here and go, there's all the pictures. I can also like go to Proxy Gaming or whatever and like buy his list straight out of the 3D printing machine to just get it sent to you. Stuff like that. So people are after that sort of stuff. Yeah, the guy from the UK will probably do that, but yeah. Be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Buy this unit, buy this Chaos Lord. Cool. Anyway, we should call it a night.
Let's do it. All right, guys.
Yeah. See you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
See ya.